right, we have to cleanse the colon, the pancreas especially, because the pancreas holds the secret to eyes. The eye does not repair itself, it's the pancreas.
Today we will be talking about what is the misconception of corrective lenses.
So we'll be going into the misconception of corrective lenses, tips to naturally heal your eyesight the alkaline way. So we need to break down what's really happening to our eyes when we wear corrective lenses.
Well, okay. Now let's understand first what are collective, lenses. When they give you lenses to wear, what they are doing is they are artificially trying to correct your eyes. At this point, they have determined your eyesight is not balanced. Either you're short-sighted or you're long-sighted. And their decision or their interpretation is to find a device, because the understanding is that, okay, what's happening is you're using the light to interpret what it is that you are seeing. Internally, they know there's a mechanism going on. You're using the light to kind of interpret the picture that you're seeing. So they come in with the lenses to kind of direct the light into your, physical eye to adjust how you're going to perceive the image, right? So it's a third-party type of mechanism, where, that's what's happening when they bring in what you're talking about, the lenses here. But it's not, something that is of permanent fix or is of a solution. It's just them attempting to calibrate or to show how they can balance the interpretation between the object that is outside of you and you with the brain and what the brain is perceiving in front of you.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Pretty much it sounds like it's almost like, just like pharmaceutical drugs, it's a band-aid to temporarily correct the issue, but it's not really tapping into the root of the issue. Makes a lot of sense. Me myself, I've been wearing glasses myself ever since I was 4 years old. I don't know. My mother would say that I would sit up close to the television set, real close, and I would just watch TV like right up on it, right up on the screen. And she says that probably attributed to my bad eyesight. I'm really not sure. Of course, as a child, like you're unable to determine what caused my bad eyesight. I really don't know what happened. That's just what my mother told me. So
well, now we're getting into some real situations here, because I was going to talk to you guys. Actually, something I'm going to do here soon is to get in some glasses that helps you block the blue light. This thing that they call the blue light. The blue light is the light that is emitted from all these devices that we have today. Televisions, computers, phones, right? Now, when you emit this blue light, it messes up your eyesight. So there's quite a few different ways how you can mess up your eyesight. This being one of them. You have a young scientist, my homie, my ghetto scientist. His name is KT, the Arch Degree. I don't know if you guys know him, but this dude right here, man, he came up with this. We'll link up sometime and see if we can even introduce him sometime. But he got these glasses on his website, right? He was actually, by the way, a little background on him. He was actually born into Sebi's house, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. It's KT, the Arch Degree, right? And if you listen to me, I should have got this from him, how the blue lights, right, from all these devices are contributing to some of the things that are affecting us, including eyesight. Actually, eyesight being one of them. And he recommends that, we can use these glasses to block that blue light from affecting us. But that's a huge possibility, and I won't be surprised that in your case, that's what's going on with your eyes. But it can be a few things that can cause you to lose your eyesight or become worse in your eyesight. Yes, but yeah, those are very important to kind of block off this light. Like most people, are in front of computers nowadays. They are in front of TVs. Like Alkaline Healer say, they are staying in front of the TV for long periods of time or close to the TV. This light is not natural, right? The way you are set up is for your eyes to process with natural light, not even the bulbs that we see nowadays. There's a lot of artificial light that is affecting us, including traffic lights. Myself, I had issues with traffic lights. There was a point I could not see at night. Like if it was a traffic light in front of me, I could not see the other side of the traffic light, whether it was green or red. The glare itself just blinded me, right? There was a time I dealt with the issue. But all those are not natural light, and they affect you in a negative way.
Okay, so going into it, so why are corrective lenses harmful? Like why using them over time would be harmful for someone?
Okay, again, this is an artificial mechanism you're using. So what's going to end up happening, because you're not addressing the root cause, and it can be a few things, right, that's causing it. What happens is, you get used to it, right? Or your eyes getting worse. Whatever causing the eyesight to go bad or to deteriorate, it becomes worse. And now they have to use stronger, right, devices to amplify, whatever it's like forcing you, like to open up, like they're forcing this mechanism to work. So
It's like inorganic medicine, like using inorganic iron to complement an iron deficiency. Like it's not going to complement, it's not going to work. You have to give it organic, and also you got to fix the root as well. And
right, you got to go to the root cause. Yes, and this what happens is it amplifies, and what that does, it causes more damage, right, to your naturalness and the way you're supposed to process. So it's just a replacement that doesn't work. Most people are told every year they increase. They increase the type of, I don't know how they measure them,
prescription,
but they increase the sight, or they increase the power to them. So definitely just make it worse to a point. In the beginning, you might have been seeing less, and now you don't even see at all without the glasses. You see, so they get to those points like you need glasses. Like now you cannot function without them.
In my opinion, if it was corrective lenses, it should be correcting something. It shouldn't be making your eyesight worse. And in actual fact, they shouldn't be looking at the symptoms. They should be looking at the core problem that is causing the eyesight to diminish, or that causes you to have a bad eyesight. But when it comes to the lenses, why are they then increasing the magnification of the lens itself if it is correcting anything at all? You understand?
Yes. It should be decreasing, getting more closer towards that 2020 instead of getting worse and worse. Yeah.
Absolutely. You should be getting more closer to the 2020 instead of you getting worse and them actually giving you thicker glasses because they are saying it's correcting anything at all.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
It would probably would cause more strain, looking through bifocals and stuff like that, making your eyes have to work harder, which you don't even realize it. You're thinking, I can see better, but really your eyes is trying to focus and see through these lenses. And also, we supposed to naturally, when we're outside in the sun, I think a lot of those rays help us as well. Not looking into the sun directly, just being outside in nature helps those rays, keep our eyesight more pure. Yeah.
Okay, so who would you say is most affected with vision challenges? If we have an insight to that, and why? Like, are there any group of people, age limit, anything that makes people more susceptible to vision challenges?
Well, again, here it is. It depends on what is causing your eyesight to go bad. Like the king said there, when he was a child, he used to watch TV real close. And you can see, so started probably going bad as a child because of that action, right? Now you have other issues like diabetes, right? Most diabetics have eyesight issues, which means the pancreas now have been compromised. Again, we're seeing diabetics, they used to be older people or some type of certain age set, not anymore. Children are diabetics now, so it doesn't even matter anymore, right? The colon is another one that causes the eyesight to be off, right? Off balance, right? Again, that doesn't matter anymore because anybody have colon issues, right? So all these things combined create the reason why anybody's eyesight could be deteriorating. Myself, when I was young, I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of eyesight issues myself. Again, like I said, to a point that I could not even see across a traffic light, right? But I cleaned up, and after cleaning up, all that disappeared, including the mucus that used to come out of my eyes when I would sleep, right? I would wake up in the morning and you have all the mucus in your eyes, right? I don't experience that much. I don't experience that, that type of stuff anymore, but it was there before. So again, even having to have things like pollen, messing with you, right? You have people who have the allergies, right? They would cause the eyes to react in a way that is not natural, right? All these things combined can cause any age set or any age or any group to be affected by it.
I'm gonna add to that. Also, frequent, like we said, frequent computer use. People who are at work on a computer 6 to 8 hours a day. That's going to definitely contribute to it. And also drugs, as far as cocaine, excessive use of chemicals, diuretics, sulfur drugs, aspirin, ibuprofen. Those things will affect a person's vision as well.
The overall problem with the eyes is nutrition. So basically, if we correct what we eat, we're not going to experience the colon issues that are causing the problems in the eyes. We're not going to experience diabetes, which is basically messing up with your pancreatitis or pancreatic duct or whatever you call that. But basically, because of nutrition and not supplementing the proper way as far as the minerals are concerned, because for every issue that you have, there are minerals that are correcting the problems. We are experiencing this because we are very much deficient in those minerals. As Kamau was saying that, it stems from the colon and then it goes to the pancreas, and then it's a series of events that happen before you actually experience a problem with the eye. If we were supplementing the right way, whether computer or not, our eyes would be correcting themselves because we would be eating right. The colon is basically the problem. When you clean up, then you start, experiencing relief from the mucus that was coming out of your eyes, and also your eyesight improves. And I've heard a lot of people just after doing a colon cleanse, they would come and testify about the eyesight that they used to, the problem with the eyesight that they used to have, and now it's not existing anymore just by cleaning the colon.
Wow. Yeah, it's interesting how everything breaks down to what you consume.
Absolutely.
And then the environment too, how our environment affects us, the lights. I always I can't really take that bright white light. I have to have that orange dim light. That's like a thing for me. It's kind of messing me up mentally. So either natural light, like this light that's coming in now, but that yellow bright light, I really can't take it. It used to give me really, really bad migraines. I need a nice light with an orange undertone, kind of like when the sun is setting. It needs to feel like that. If it's really bright, it like bothers me a lot. And the migraine starts like right here, like right behind my eye, and it goes up and I'm like, oh my goodness. So that's interesting.
That is, and what Glenrose was touching on, she's absolutely right. The minerals and stuff and deficiency, and also the environmental, like you were saying, as far as the pollutants, the chemtrails, the aluminums and stuff. that adds to it too, you know. So that's why you're right, we have to cleanse that colon.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely. This is a combination of quite a few things. And if you look, we have seen like even chronic issues, like some of these cancers, right? Some of the main cancers, most of the time, they move to the eyes, right? If you have the cancer of the lymphoma, you have the cancer of the lungs, you have the colon cancer, which is a huge one, they end up moving back to the eyes. So it's all connected, right?
You know, I'm wondering long-term eyes. Let's say I've been, Ashton, I know you've been legally blind since you were a young kid. So how would Ashton go about healing his eyesight as opposed to someone who just sits and always had 20/20 vision? They go to work, they sit in front of the computer all day, or they're working from home, sitting in front of the computer, and over time they realize, okay, my eyesight is getting worse, and they're adult. How would you do a long-term heal, like having bad eyesight from when you were younger? How would you heal it? Just having bad eyesight recently, how would you go about healing it?
Oh, again, this is due to different, okay, let's say for the case of the king there, the Alkaline Healer, which, you know, the damage was caused by some artificial light. Now we gotta go back and find things that can help the body, because that's all we can do. You know, give some assistance to the body for it to correct this and reverse whatever damage that was done. Because again, this is an artificial process that took place that caused the balances of the body to go off, and now they gotta come back. It might not be a mineral deficiency again, so we don't have to say, okay, we'll put some mineral in here to bring it back. It might not be the blockages that we say we go in and clean up, inflammation, you know what I mean? So you do it in a way that you approach the body as a whole, in this case, right? You keep cleansing, right? Keep getting into nature, keep using things like, you know, artificial things like herbs, like to go physically and even put it physically in your eye. Like I was talking about things like the urine therapy helps a little bit. You can even mix it with things like honey. I've had the natural honey, right? You can use it. Things like eye bright, right? You keep mixing these things. The sunlight, right? Looking at the sunlight to kind of see if you can activate, right? Mm-hmm. See that you can activate the process to kind of bring the balance back, right? In his case, which was messed up with the artificialness of him looking at the TV for a long period of time when he was young. Now, when you're dealing with the colons, again, you have to clean up the colon to make sure that's already addressed anyway. That should be like the first thing you do, right? The pancreas, if you're dealing with any type of pancreas issues, you gotta address the pancreas, right? And just combine these things and maintain with that. And the body, you'd be surprised, just giving it just a little bit of help, what it's capable of doing. Trying to not use the lenses, right? Backing off the lenses, staying away from the lenses. If you don't have to use them, don't use them, right? Use your eyes. Let it exercise, right? It's like working out. If you're helping it a little bit, work it out too. Like keep pushing, keep using your mind and your eyes. Like, let me try to read there. Let me use my eyes. Keep working with your eyes and let it adjust back to its natural self. But yeah, just a process. It's a therapy. Like Master Sebi say, man, this is a therapy. It's not something that you just go give a herb to or something like that. It's something that you continuously do, and eventually open up.
Yeah, and you know, it makes me think about how resilient our body is. Our body wants to heal itself. We just have to help it, you know, by the things we consume in all forms, you know. So I'm thinking, like, you know, a lot of people feel like taking these, take off my eyeglasses and exercise my eyes. Oh my goodness, like, no, I'm just gonna wear my eyes. The reality is that these corrective lenses is a backward situation. It's a marketing pitch. You know, it's not really what's happening. Over a period of time, your eyesight is getting worse. They're upping that. I don't know the terminology, but they're upping every year. You go back to the eye people, they are upping that prescription every single year. So why not bet on yourself and your body? Why not? Give it a month, give it a year, give it a year of taking your time and utilizing these holistic ways to help your body. Once you clean a colon, it's all about healing. You need to be able to put yourself in a position to be able to heal your body. So you want to start with the colon. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So I think a lot of times I see that there's a lot of resistance when it comes to holistic healing because you don't believe it. But believe this, corrective lenses, they're not correcting anything. There's nothing, no correction is happening because guess what? That prescription is being increased and not decreased. If it was a correction, it will be decreased as we spoke about over time. And that's not happening. You're becoming dependent upon prescriptions that are now paying a pharmaceutical company money and keeping them hired ultimately. It's not really helping us get to where we want to be, which is to being able to walk down the street without, having to turn all the way around, because our eyesight is bad, I just think it's cool to put it out there like that, because a lot of times we think that we are being helped, but you're not being helped. And you cannot be helped until you educate yourself. Don't depend on other people to educate you on you. You. When we walk into doctor's office and we feel like, oh, this eye, we're informing the doctor about what's going on with our body. They're not informing us about we can't go into the doctor and they look at us and say, oh, your left eye's been twitching and you're losing vision. No, you tell the doctor that because you observe that within yourself. So why not take it a little step further, and lean on something that you may not feel comfortable with, but it's way better than fake corrective lenses, a marketing pitch,
True.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to just, since we on this how-to thing, I just wanted to tell people okay, so if you have a pancreas issue and you think that your bad eyesight might be linked to a bad pancreas, what's the solution for cleansing the pancreas, right? So we have a pancreas and an endocrine system support formula, actually that includes sage, prodigiosa, hireke, guaco, and nopal to cleanse the pancreas. And so if you are making 100 capsules, being 500 milligram capsules, right, which you're going to take 2 capsules twice daily. All right, so that's going to be 10 grams of sage, 8 grams of prodigiosa, 10 grams of hireke, 6 grams of guaco, and 8 grams of nopal. And that will make you 100 capsules. Yeah, I also did some study out of this book right here, okay? And I found out a little eyesight tonic, that might work in maybe like a tincture bottle, and you can drop like little eye drops or whatnot into your eyes. But it's going to be a plant or an herb by the name of rue that grows out in the wild along roadsides or whatnot. So if you combine the juices or infusions of rue, fennel, eyebright, along with you all might have to help me with this pronunciation. It's Papa vereke, well, basically like poppy seeds, that plant that grows the poppy seeds, that produces the poppy seeds. Yeah. So when you mix those juices all together, and it's just a liquid infusion form of that mixture, and you drop those in your eyesight, combined with, like I said, cleansing that pancreas and cleansing the colon as well. That should give some sort of an assistance for sure.
Yeah, I want to touch on it too as far as the eyebright. I tested this during our process to come into the meeting, to start the meeting today. I did it for maybe 3 days. I did it with this eye cup right here. See, you can get this from Amazon. And basically what you do with this is you could take, if you can't get all those herbs that the king mentioned, then you can get your hands on Eyesight. You would do 1 teaspoon, you would add 1 teaspoon tea bag to some hot steaming water after it's done boiling, of course, and let it steep for about 15 minutes. Let it cool off, because you don't want to, you know, put any hot water in your eye and burn your eyes, you know. So from there, once it cools off, you will pour it inside of this eye cup, and then you will put it on your eye, and then you will look, you know, open your eye and look around and wash it, you know, really well. And you would do it for each eye. I would say probably could possibly do that, you know, 1 in the morning, 1 in the night, or once every day. And I've seen it results. I started feeling like my vision was clearing up. It's probably also, I want to say, melting away of the natural mucus that builds up in your eye when, like King Kamau said, when you're sleeping, and you're waking up with all that cakiness on your eyes and stuff. So that's nothing but mucus just putting layers, you know, on your eyes and, you know, making your vision worse. So I would say that the Eyesight definitely, you know, probably eradicates the mucus layers that's on the eyes, which is just the lens to allow us to see, because really it's the brain that is being cognitive and, you know, allowing us to see all of these colors and shapes and all of these things like that.